Okay, I have something random. Well, not kinda. I mean, kinda. Anyways. Okay,
I love how your brain works. It is so fun. It's kind of thinking out loud there, but I'll tell you, it's scary and exciting to be like, okay, what am I going to do now? Like, what's the next proper step to do? Because I can't just quit my job and go to school.
No, it's overwhelming to think about because it's just a whole new chapter. Well, okay, I'll just start off by saying friends are so important because those are the people that you're going to go to when you're upset about something and you need to rant.
You know, when I was young, I lied to my mom through my teeth about literally everything. I tried to get away with everything.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to That Good Vibe podcast. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Megan.
And we are so excited to have you guys here again for another week of shenanigans and
rambling on and on and on.
Yes.
Today is like one of the most special episodes.
It is.
Because it's our 10th episode.
Wow.
Did you think we would make it this far?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
I did too. I knew we were going to go this far, but it's just crazy how fast it came up.
For sure. Yeah.
Like, it feels like a week ago we were still sitting at my old apartment just like plotting ideas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Craziness. Time just flies.
Time flies way too fast.
Yeah.
But how are you?
I'm good. Not bad, not great, just normal.
Just normal. Just
Yeah.
a normal person. I honestly,
Yeah.
just a normal person.
Just a normal person hanging out, living life.
Yes.
What about you?
I'm good. You know, we had my birthday celebration this past weekend. Honestly, this is probably my weekly fave is talking about my birthday. So let's just dive right into it right now.
Yep, let's go.
My birthday was the most fun day
of
my entire life.
Yes.
From start to finish was just so fun. And holy did we party.
Oh my gosh. The hangover the next day was like none other.
Terrible.
Oh.
It was so awful. And then I had to go to my nephew's bowling birthday party after.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that was fun. But the birthday itself was so great. All of my friends showed up. I felt so loved and just so appreciated.
Well,
by
you deserve
everyone.
it.
So, and my outfit was
bomb.
snatched. Oh, so awesome.
So beautiful.
But yeah, so it's been about a week into my 30s. I've already had a kinked neck, a lovely UTI. So
classic 30s.
We're on a good roll.
Yeah, there you go.
She's starting off good. But other than that, my week has been very, very good.
Yeah.
It's crazy how like the day after my birthday, just this huge sense of like, oh, you don't have to stress anymore.
Like relief, yeah.
Yeah. All that stress that I felt before just still there because I know that I have to deal with shit, but it's definitely not as intense.
Yes.
But this weather has me down. It is windy and gross and cold.
Yeah. You know what I want in my next vehicle is a steering wheel warmer.
Ooh, yeah.
I have like heated seats, but I just need like my hands are cold all the time.
Yeah. Just got to get like little heated gloves right now or something.
True.
Do you have heated seats?
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, sorry. I completely spaced out.
We're off to a good start today.
Hello.
She's 30. She doesn't know what people are saying.
I'm going senile, everybody. Someone take me to the care home.
She can't hear anymore.
What did you say? Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, let's do a little self-care check-in.
Okay.
Do you remember what your self-care was?
Yes. It was no spending money rather than... Oh, was it? Yes, it was. I think I did that again, though.
Oh, yes. I think you did carry it on.
So, yeah, because, like, I was bad. And I was bad again.
Bad girl.
I spent, like, 3 times as much on your birthday night as I wanted to.
Well, hello. We went out.
It was insane.
What a night. We went to 3 bars that night.
One, like,
so
sit-down
many
place. One sit-down place and then 3.
And then
like,
3 bars.
Dance places.
Yeah. And the one club we went to, we were there for 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
because it was all these 20-year-olds.
But the music,
And the
too.
music was it was just not my vibe.
No.
Not what I was looking for.
No. Which that bar is usually good. Like, usually they play, like, good hits and bangers.
I mean, I haven't been to that place in, if you're wondering, it's for all you people that
let's
live
just
here,
say
it's
it.
Gabbo's. We went to Gabbo's. And I have been wanting to go there for a long, long time.
Mm.
So I'm glad we did make it there. But the second I walked in, I'm like, yep, this is why I don't come here.
Yeah, exactly. I've gone, like, once a year for the past, like, 3-4 years. And it's always been like, like, why am I here?
Yeah. But the other bar, the country bar we went to, that was banger
So
all
good.
night long.
It's always so good there. It really
Yeah.
is. And that live band,
so
holy,
good. Yeah.
like,
I think it was like 3 a.m. by the time we all got home. Ridiculous. Anyways, how does this link to your weekly fave or your self-care challenge? No spending money. That's what it was.
Yes. So, yeah, let's not talk about that anymore.
Okay, so you failed this week. That's okay.
But that was like, that was
carrying
only
it
on one night. There was like all the other like days and stuff. Like I haven't been out of bounds with my budget. It was just that night and it was worth it. So
good.
It's fine.
Of course it was worth it. Got to be a little selfish over here.
Yeah.
And then you also said you were getting cargo pants. How'd those turn out for you? Because they looked amazing.
I really liked them.
They're super cute.
And they were so comfy.
Good.
Like all I have is like skinny jeans and then leggings and sweats. And like the skinny jeans are just not comfy. They're not it. And the cargo pants were
They're
they were
breathable.
great. Yeah.
How's the waist?
Oh, that was fine.
Good.
Yeah. Everything was great.
That's my thing. I do love a little bit of a high rise.
Me
but
too.
it can't like squeeze the shit out of my waist.
No, exactly.
Because then you can't sit or eat or anything.
Yeah.
My pants were great all night long.
Oh yeah, because you had leather or pleather.
Pleather.
Yeah.
Sheen
Yeah.
pleather. So not plastic. Like they were great. They were a little tight when I sat down and after I ate. But like we got up and started moving after and I was super comfortable.
Good.
So that's good.
Thank God.
My self-care last week was to learn how to give myself grace and try to have a mindset shift around needing to do all the things all the time. And the weekend of my birthday was just super crazy. I Friday and Saturday, I was super overwhelmed with like all the things that I had to do. Come the evening, I was fine. But just this week, I've been working all week. So I feel a little overwhelmed, but I'm trying very hard to just be like, nope, do what you can do right now. What's in your control? Like you can't control something that's next week today.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's just not try to stress about it and focus on right now. What do you need to do? And let's just get this task done. One thing at a time.
Good.
And if the dishwasher doesn't get unloaded or the bed doesn't get made, who gives a shit?
Exactly.
So
yeah, I have a pile of dishes right now and I'm like, that can wait.
I've had clean clothes sitting in my dryer for like probably 4 days. I just keep picking a piece of clothing out of it. But again, I'm trying to just be like, that specific thing is not a high priority. It's not something to stress about. Like, you don't have to be mismade all the time.
Totally.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So that's my little self-care. But I want to continue doing that. I need to learn to just kind of chill the fuck out a little bit.
And only do what you can do. And
yeah,
the 3 things on your priority list.
And that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it.
Okay, I have something random. Well, not kinda. I mean, kinda. Anyways. Okay.
I love how your brain works. It is so fun.
Okay, so remember when I told you guys that the guy that was living in our house had died in the house, fell down the stairs.
Yes, last week.
So I've noticed that Luna, a lot of the times, usually at night, will go downstairs. And she's like nowhere to be found upstairs. And last night I went down there. She's just sitting there on the carpet by the couch. Like it's almost like she's like watching someone or she's just so chill, just like hanging out, like, and that's how she is, like if I'm like getting ready or like doing something in my room or whatever. And I'm like, she's down there a lot. Like, is she just hanging out with him all the time? It's so creepy.
That's really creepy.
And every time, so like that was last night, but I've gone down there a couple times like before, and it's like the same thing. So I'm just like putting two and two together. Like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, that's really creepy.
Yeah. Like just her spending so much
Just
time
sitting
down
there
there.
staring at nothing.
Sitting. Yeah. Just hanging out. Just hanging out with him.
Ugh, weird.
Yeah.
Do you know what his name is? You don't have to say
Nope,
his name.
I don't
but
want to
like,
know.
hey, Bob, if you wouldn't mind leaving my house now. You're freaking me out.
Yeah. But again, like, I don't know if it's all in my mind or like he is a nice.
It could be.
He's known to be a nice guy. Like, I've never felt anything like bad or I don't know, any spiritual shit happening.
Yeah.
So everything's fine. I think it's just my mind playing tricks on me, but just like noticing that pattern is just a little unsettling.
Yeah, that's really creepy.
Right?
I don't like it. I'd be
No.
like, pack up the shit. We're moving out. Get the U-Haul. Let's go.
Yeah. I can't wait to move out of that house.
Yeah. Oh, I have some exciting news, kind of ish. My man and I got off a call yesterday with a mortgage broker.
Oh.
So it was just like a basic call, just sharing numbers. Like, it wasn't filling out an application or anything like that, just sharing what kind of jobs you have, how long have you been there, what's your income, what's your debt, what are your assets and your liabilities, all that stuff. And then she's basically like, actually, you guys on paper look really awesome. However, in order to get an actual number to start the process, you need to just fill out my form, blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
Because she has to look up your credit.
Right.
Your actual credit history to get real numbers of what we can do. And she assured me that the first one that I look at is not the actual like application. It's not saying, yes, we want all this money. Because my fear was like, what if I start this process and they just don't, there's no turning back.
Yeah.
That's what kind of freaked me out. So she's like, just fill out the form whenever you guys are ready, and then we'll start the process. And what I've learned, I didn't know this, is that you can actually have a realtor and be looking at houses before you're ever even approved for a mortgage.
That's true. Yeah.
Because they're two totally different things. But I'm like, I don't want to fall in love with something and then not know how much I can even afford.
Not be able to have it. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'd rather know the number, then we can get a realtor and start that process. It is like, honestly, I am scared shitless. Like, deep down
It's
in
a
the
big
core of my
step.
bones, I am so terrified to be like, okay, we're going to buy a house together. The biggest purchase of my life. We're excited. Oh my God. That's kind of how I feel. But like, I am excited. I'm ready for this next step. I'm so sick of renting apartments.
I agree.
I just want my own space.
Me too.
So that's really exciting.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. It's nice to get the process going and just kind of seeing what can work for you. So
yeah. Well, the other thing is, I think I've told you this before, but like, I currently have a diploma to my name, and I really, really want a degree on my name. I just want to look at my resume and see that magic little D word and just be so proud of myself.
okay, I have a story for you.
Love stories.
Question.
Okay.
Okay, so I was hanging out with my good old high school friends. Okay, my ex-boyfriend was there.
Fun.
He randomly was like, "How do you know Megan Klemp?" And I was like, "Well, we used to work together. Now we have a podcast together. We're really good friends. Blah blah blah." And he's like, "Well, I used to drive her to school." Do you know who I'm talking about?
Okay, there was two guys and a girl. There was a white guy, an Asian guy, and an Asian girl.
And he's like, "Yeah, we were in an accounting class together." And I was like, "What? Megan took accounting?"
Am I allowed to guess the name? Do you want
Yeah.
me to, okay. Is it Tyler something?
No. No.
Oh, okay. What is it?
Brady?
Tall, skinny?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
No way.
Yes. He went to my high school and we dated like outside of high school. We didn't even talk in high school. Yeah, we only dated for like 5 months or some shit.
I am literally in like a little shock mode right now. Yeah, we went to the Polytech together. We took our business certificate together.
Okay, so you have a business diploma. That's what it is? Or
Diploma-
a certificate?
Certificate is 1 year. Diploma
Diploma's
is 2 years. I'm pretty sure I have my diploma.
Okay.
I have my transcript like on the way in the mail. Because to be honest, I have no idea if I have a certificate or diploma. I'm 90% positive it's a diploma.
That's
I'm
funny.
pretty sure.
Yeah, that was just so random. And I was like, Megan took accounting? Like, what?
I know, me, numbers?
Yeah.
What?
What?
Yeah, so
Yeah, it was
anyways,
so weird.
I'm thinking about going back to school. So I'm gonna have to do some Google searches after.
We
gotta dive deep
We
into the realms of social media.
So funny, small world.
So yes, that's why I'm like, okay, let's start this house process, because if I want to go back to school, I need to figure out that. And now I'm starting to struggle with like, what do I go to school for? That's the big thing, is like, do I go to school just for a job that's high paying and I'm going to hate my life?
Okay.
Or do I go to school for something that I like?
Yes, I do have some advice with that. So my psychology degree, we didn't have any clinicals where they like placed you in a workplace and you got work experience and you got to have that on your resume and all of that. We didn't have that. So it was basically all classes, you get your degree, and then you're free to do whatever. I wish I would have gotten into a degree, or I guess spent some time outside of school, like working in a work setting in my degree, and getting that experience, because after university, I was lost and I didn't know what to do. And that's when I got my job with home care.
Yeah.
So that's just one thing to think about. Like social work, for instance, I wish I would have went into that. And there's way more options with that. With psychology, it's either like you become a therapist, psychiatrist, psychologist.
So what I learned is, I did a deep dive on YouTube about getting a psychology degree. A psychology degree in the normal everyday working world is seen the same as a business degree. Because with a psychology degree, with the 4 years, you can really only be like a counselor or like a coach. Exactly. In order to be an actual psychologist, you need to get your PhD.
Oh, yeah.
Which is another 4 to 5 years of schooling.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, well, that changes things for sure. So I love marketing and I love social media and all that stuff. So I'm like, well, I already have my first 2 years. So I could just go for anything in business related, and marketing is one of them. And then maybe just take some psychology classes on the side, just because I'd be interested in learning and having some of those skills. So a degree in marketing and a minor in psychology.
I love that. I think that's perfect for you. I do.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Because you know me, in the long run, I want to learn how to coach people. I want to help people, assist them, and I'm just trying to figure it all out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of thinking out loud there, but I'll tell you, it's scary and exciting to be like, okay, what am I going to do now? Like, what's the next proper step to do? Because I can't just quit my job and go to school.
No, it's overwhelming to think about because it's just a whole new chapter. But
you just think, one stone, just 6 months. Just do this 6 months, cross this stone, and then we're going to go to the next one.
Totally. Yeah.
And then before you know it, you've built a whole path in a beautiful little garden.
Wow.
Love my metaphor.
Love that.
Anyways, we are rambling on. Let's get into the core of this.
Let's do it.
Friendship. Guys, friends can feel so overwhelming when you don't have like a good connection with the few people that are in your life. You're just looking for a bestie. That's all you want, is just someone that you can text out of the blue and just feel happy and know that you love this person unconditionally. And no matter how you act in front of this person, they're going to love you and support you and laugh at you.
Yes.
But still correct you.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, as an adult, it can feel so daunting to try to find a friendship like that. But give yourself time. Give yourself time. Give yourself grace. We're going to get into how to make friends, how to build better bonds with your people, and also how to have different multiple friend groups. Well
said.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have no notes on this, so this is all just whatever my brain decides to conspire.
Well, okay, I'll just start off by saying friends are so important because those are the people that you're going to go to when you're upset about something and you need to rant. Or if you're having a bad day and you need someone to make you laugh or lift you up. And they're just so important. And family, yes, it's kind of the same thing.
But there's some things that you just don't want to talk about with your family.
For sure.
Like there's some choices in your life as an adult where you're like, I need someone else my age going through the same thing that I'm going through that doesn't have a preconceived notion or bias on me
100%.
to help me make that decision.
Yeah.
So that is why friendships are super, super important. And if you are one of those lucky people that has friends from elementary school and high school and you still are just like bonded for life, hug that person forever.
I tell those girls like how much I love them and just how thankful I am for them being in my life because
you have a few friends like that, don't you?
Yes, from like way back in elementary school. There's maybe 5 of us, I think.
Wow.
That like all hang out still and talk all the time, and I'm like constantly like, thank you guys for just being in my life and being there for me and supporting me and all of that good shit. I'm just so thankful.
Yes. So that's so amazing that you have elementary and high school friends that are still in part of your life, because those people are the true example of like unconditional love.
Totally.
Not comparing any other type of friendship love out there, but like those bonds are like none other.
Because it's just been so long term.
Yes.
That's why.
And there's so many stories and stuff.
Yeah.
So how to make friends. Now, I feel like my life is a perfect example of how to make friends, because when I was 27 years old, I literally had to start over completely. Broke up with my boyfriend, stopped being friends with the 3 people in my life. Literally, it was me and my mom. Like, I told my mom, I'm like, you're my best friend right now. You're going to know everything. I'm going to share all of my life with you. And that's just how it's going to be until I find a good, solid group of friends. Yeah. I also had a lot of trust issues at the time. That's like a whole nother tangent. If you've got trust issues, that's something you have to deal with yourself before you can be friends with someone else, because not everybody is bad. Not everybody has an intention to hurt you, to be malicious. So first of all, you got to learn how to get over that before you can learn to be friends with
Step
people.
1, for sure.
Step 1. Step 2 is to build your self-confidence. And if you guys want to go back and listen to the main character episode, I don't remember what number that was, but that one we talk all about being your own main character and building your self-confidence. That is step 2, is you are going to want to build your confidence and know your own self-worth. You are worthy of being the top girl in a little friend group. You are worthy of being invited to movies and girls' night and all these things. You're worthy of that. So don't ever doubt yourself that you're not. Second or third step is you got to put yourself out there. And you know how I did it?
Yeah, how did you do that?
Bumble BFF. We date online. Why can't I find a friend online?
For sure.
Like, I know it seems so scary and so terrifying to meet another woman in a non-sexual way to try to be friends. Like, it seems very like give me attention type energy at first.
Right. I could see that. But at the same time, it's going to be so worth it if you find that person or those people that you just connect with and you have so much fun with and can become such a good friend to you.
Exactly. Because when you're out, say you're with your cousin and you're out at an event or something and you see a girl that's wearing jeans that you like, you know how terrifying it is to go up to her and be like, wow, I really like your jeans. What's your name? And all this. Like, you feel awkward and what am I going to do? But also build that confidence, build that bravery. She's not going to bite you.
No, exactly.
You're not going to bite her. And what's the worst that's going to happen?
Like, they're going to love you for it. And then the conversation is just going to flow.
Exactly. So a few tips if you decide to use Bumble BFF is if you download the app Bumble, in your profile, there is options. There is Bumble Dating, Bumble BFF, and there's Bumble Business, which is really cool. So you can
I didn't know that.
toggle between. Okay, so
what's the business?
Business is like freelancer stuff.
Oh, shit.
Like a photographer is looking for a video editor. But Bumble Business is how you can find another way.
Wow.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
That is very interesting.
Yeah. So on your profile, you can toggle between the three of them. Make sure in your profile you actually put things that you're interested in. You have a dog, you like baking muffins, you go on hikes, and match with people that have similar interests. That's how you guys are going to start your conversation. That's how you guys are going to meet up for coffee. My other tip with Bumble BFF, this can also go for dating. I know we're not talking about dating, but this could, is set up a date in the first 24 hours of having a conversation.
Why do you say that?
Because if you don't, we're just going to keep procrastinating it and procrastinate. And I just want to get to know you. I just want to see what the vibe is like. You won't know what that person's vibe is like or what their personality is like until you actually meet them in person.
Wow. Yes, for sure.
Because as you're reading a message coming across the screen, you're the one that's putting emotion into that text. So you don't know how they're actually expressing the, hey, how are you doing? You need to actually see them in person. Are they a hugger? Do they smile a lot? Do they talk about themselves or do they ask questions about you? So first 24 hours, you can definitely just chit chat a little bit. Make sure you have some of the same interests. You live in the same area, whatever. Then set up a coffee date. Go to the library, go wherever. So
go for a walk together.
Yeah. And make the date. Again, I feel like I'm giving dating advice, but think about friends. Make the friendship date 1 to 2 hours long. Give yourself an out. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't, if you do vibe, girls are so funny like this. When girls do vibe with each other, they just want to keep talking and talking and talking and talking. And you could just burn the bridge already right there. So give yourself 1 to 2 hours and then say, oh, this has been so good. Let me grab your number. Like, let's totally do this again. So that's how to make a friend.
One thing I want to say is if you're a really awkward person, which this was one of the questions that we got in.
Yes, I love the little questions
we got. The Q&As. Yes, so we're excited to go through all of the other questions later in the episode. But one of the questions was, which was perfect because it went along with our topic today, was what if I'm awkward? And one thing I have to say is it's okay to be awkward. Like, people aren't going to judge you for it. And if they do, they're not going to be a real friend.
Exactly.
But also try not to be self-conscious and just keep thinking about the other person. Because if you keep thinking about them and keep asking them questions, you're not going to be like stuck in this like, oh my God, like I wonder like how she thinks, like
I'm sitting. What if I'm holding my cup funny? What if am I drinking too much? Am I not drinking enough?
Yes, like all those little thoughts.
Am I peeing too much? Did I put too much lip gloss on? Like there's so many things that you could be thinking about. Or even think about the things, and I know you and I have had these conversations before, where you're talking and you say something and you're laughing and they look at you and they're not really laughing because it came out wrong. Mm-hmm. But in your mind, it came out correctly. Right. Then you got to learn how to just be like, huh, well, that happened. Whatever. Move on.
Moving on.
Whatever. Because they're not thinking about it when they go to bed that night. And you don't need to either.
That's one big thing I've had to learn in my life is just to know that these people, so like the things that make you feel uncomfortable or like you question yourself or judge yourself, these people aren't staying up late and thinking about that. They're not thinking about that tomorrow. They're not thinking about what you said or what you did like a week from now, like you are. So you just have to get over it.
Because remember that everyone's busy thinking about themselves and all the shit that they're worried about that they said or did or whatever. Yep. So you can just let it go.
Yes.
And if someone wants to judge you or be rude or be mean or decide to not hang out with you because you have a little bit of awkwardness or unsure or whatever, peace. Bye. You've now become an acquaintance where you see them once a year or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You don't have to be besties with everybody all the time.
No, so you do not. Pick and choose and go with your heart and go with how you feel. Like don't just be friends with someone because you want friends and you want people to like you. Like
that's another thing is like again, because we live in this social media world where it's all about views and likes and follows and numbers and more numbers, when it comes to reality and the number of friends that you have, just like a good core group of anywhere between 2 to 7. That's just a number that's popping in my head. Your range can be anywhere.
Yeah.
As long as you have that little group of people that you can share the most deepest, intimate parts of yourself, and they will love you unconditionally, those are your people.
1,000%.
You don't need more people to fill a void.
No.
We're not doing that. And if you are searching for more friends to fill this void, girl, you need to go on a self-love journey.
You need therapy.
Go to therapy. So what was I going to say? Oh, the next little segment we have is like building the stronger bonds of these friendships. So if you, going off that question of like, sometimes I just feel awkward. I don't know if these people like me. I can't read them. Like, what's going on? In order to build a stronger bond, literally spew your guts out to these people. Literally say to them, I'm so sorry. I'm feeling really awkward right now. These are the emotions I'm feeling in my body right now. I really hope I'm not like being too weird or I like you so much and I want to be friends. And 90% of the time that person's going to be like, oh, me too.
Like, they're going to appreciate your honesty so much.
They're going to love your honesty.
Yeah.
And that's what builds that bond, is now that person knows that, oh, maybe she's a little anxious, or she's going through a hard time right now, or she's overly happy all the time, or whatever. They know that that's who you are. And when you start to show different emotions or different traits or things like that, that's when a true friend can go, oh, something's different about you, and I got to dig and figure out what's happening.
Like, people love when you're being your most true, authentic, natural self. Like,
yes.
That's when things are the most fun and the most, like, you're able to connect with those people the best.
Yes.
So, yeah.
What advice would you give for having such long-lasting friendships that you have in your life?
So I think that a lot of it is friendships need love, time, and attention.
Yes.
But you cannot treat your friends like they're your boyfriend. Like, they have to give you 12 out of 10 attention all the time, because I've had friends like that and they have not lasted because they put so much,
energy, oomph.
Yeah. Into our friendship and needing that.
They have made you and them the center of their universe.
Exactly.
And it's exhausting.
And it shouldn't be like that.
It's exhausting.
No, it shouldn't be like that. So when I say time, love, and attention, I
know where you're trying to go with this. So time would be, if you love someone, you're going to take your physical time to go to the farmer's market, go to a movie, go to her birthday party, or whatever it is that she's having that she invited you to. You are going to work your calendar and say, hey, I'm there for you. I'm going to put the time to be there for you. Yeah. And vice versa. Always remember that this advice we're giving, not only you giving to them, but it's how they give to you.
For sure.
So what was it? Time,
love, and attention.
Love is such a hard thing to fully wrap your head around, but that's something that you have to feel in your gut with your intuition. You have to know deep down, do I love this person fully? Or is there something about her that you're like,
that like makes you uncomfortable and not your best truest self around them?
So make sure the people that you're investing your time in, that love feeling is a full, true, honest, like, yep, yeah, she's my girl. And then the last one was attention. Yeah. Attention and time kind of go similar. They do. But attention is like, we have busy calendars, and sometimes I don't see some of my friends for 2 or 3 months. It's just the way that it is.
But sending like a text here and there, sending
a snap,
an Instagram reel, like just showing the person that like, hey, I've thought about you. and I want to
Yeah.
show you my love and my
But then
thoughtfulness.
at the same time, like Jordan said, do not be Klingon. Do not make, that is why I say a minimum of 2 friends in your group, so you have another person to bounce off of, especially for those single girlies out there. Those single girlies, you need more than one friend. You need someone else in your world that you can talk to, and not just have a boyfriend girlfriend relationship with your bestie. So that is how to build stronger bonds. The next little thing we have is having multiple friend groups and different friend groups.
So I've talked about this before. I have a list on my phone of all my friends, and I put little hearts.
A novel of a list?
No,
sorry.
it's
That's
about,
just what I assumed.
maybe like 10 girls,
Nice.
and some of them are my cousins. Yeah, and I've just like gained friends from like my boyfriend's friends' girlfriends, and obviously friends from elementary school, and then friends I've met through work. Like we have
Yeah.
a good work girlfriend group
Yes, we do.
that we have like a Halloween get together that we're having coming up.
I know,
which
I can't
I'm
wait
so
for that.
excited. So anyways, I will put hearts beside the names that I've seen recently and that I've given my time and attention to in person, and then I can go back to that list when I have a free night and be like, who haven't I seen in a while? And it just helps me like stay organized. And we all know I love lists, so like you don't have to do that, but that's one thing that helps me, I don't know, organize my friends
And keep those bonds.
yes,
And
because
make sure that they know that they are important to you.
And some of those girls I see once a year. Like it's not very often, but I still consider them like a really good friend of mine. And when we get together, it's like we saw each other last month or last week.
You and your bestie that lives in Vancouver.
Yeah.
You guys see each other, what, maybe twice a year?
Yeah.
Yet, like the bond that's there is so deep and strong because you just refuse to let that go.
Yeah. And that it's funny because that relationship and a couple other friends too, like we go like months without talking, or I don't know, I'd say like maybe 2 months here and there without talking. And we'll send something to each other that's like just random or funny or like something we've thought of or like need advice on. And it's like we just pick up where we left off kind of thing. And I love those relationships where it's like you don't need to talk to them every single day to keep that bond.
You don't need to do a how was your day every single day.
Exactly. Like you're not dating them.
Again. We're not being clingy. Our besties are not our boyfriends.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give a little story time on having multiple friends groups. Over my life, I have gone through a lot of different groups of friends, and I don't have that elementary, high school bestie that has been there forever. I always wanted that, but as I got older, I kind of just was like, you know what? Whoever's in my life, I'm going to love them unconditionally for as long as the friendship lasts, and that's just my thought process in all my relationships in life. Anyways, when I was really, really young, one of the first friendships I had an elementary school best friend. We were in grade 7 or grade 8, whatever grade you're in when you turn 13. It was my 13th birthday, and it was me and her, and we had 2 other girlfriends that we were like close to that recently moved into the town. That's where we were all friends. It's because we were all not originally born and raised in this small town. We all moved as we were older.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that same year, I slowly started to become friends with the more popular girlies of the school, and I was loving it. However, our school, I think all schools are very toxic, so the 2 friend groups didn't want to hang out. I said to my mom, I want to have both friend groups at my birthday. I want both of them there. My mom's like, okay. Terrible idea. They both, one was in the living room, one was in the bedroom, and I had to divide my time at my own party between the 2 groups because they refused to get together. Just remember, this is 11, 12, and 13-year-old girls, and there's probably like 10 to 12 of us.
Yeah.
So a lot of drama. And then by the end of the night, they both ended up kind of turning on me. And I spent my grade 8 going into grade 9 with no friends.
Oh, that's so sad. That's so savage. Like,
so savage. Absolutely. Bullied on MSN. Like,
oh my God,
gosh,
that MSN days.
a whole nother tangent there. But when I got into high school, I met my high school bestie, and then I was like, okay, we're good. We can start. And the cycle kind of continued to happen. So as I became an adult, and when I was 27 and stopped being friends with these people, and I also did not choose another group of friends. I chose these people to be my friends, and that is it. My doors are closed because I've learned my lesson. If I have multiple friend groups, it doesn't work out. Now I'm 27, I'm starting over, and I'm like, a relationship is what it is. However long it wants to last, that's how long it's going to last. I'm going to have a great time with these people. I'm going to love them. They're going to love me. And I'm going to put my time and energy into these people. And if they start to stab me in the back, I'm done. Thankfully, that has not happened yet. And I don't think it will, because I've strategically picked good people.
Yes. Thank God.
So my birthday comes up. I now have multiple group friends, but I kind of have like one or two people in different areas. And I was like, I love all these people and I want them all to be there. And I was freaking out.
Yeah, she was. And after that night, I'm like,
they were all besties.
Like, because you picked, like, you have such like genuine people around you that it wasn't hard for all of us to get along.
Exactly. And I don't know why I ever doubted it.
Yeah.
And now that it's done and over, it's given me, actually, I do know why I've doubted it, because of the story I just told.
That's fair.
Because I'm just like, oh, fuck, like, what if someone said something and it's going to, like, piss someone else off? And it's like, I have to step back and remind myself that if someone has an issue with someone else, that is not my problem.
Oh, for sure.
That is not my issue
that's
to
not
deal
on
with.
you.
So, thankfully, that didn't happen. Everybody got along.
Yeah, none of us were mean girls. Like, nobody, like, none of us were like that. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, again, because I've been strategic and I pick good people by being my true authentic self to these people. And if they replicate back to me that they're true authentic self, then I know that's my person. She's going to be in my group of people, and bringing my group of people together and knowing that they all are going to love each other and support each other and all these things, we're good. So don't be afraid to branch out and make new friends in different areas of your life based on your past. If you've had a bad friendship group, don't be afraid to build new friendships just because one person stabbed you in the back. There's very nice people out there. So that's what I have on that. I love my friends so much.
Me too.
Like, I just get so giddy.
Me too.
Like little girls, stupid, giddy, excited.
I'm definitely thankful, that's for sure. But again, like, we've picked these people to be in our lives because they bring out the best in us and we bring out the best in them. So
exactly.
Yes.
But we have a little girly night at the end of the month, and I cannot wait for that.
I know.
We're painting little pumpkins, and we're drinking a couple little drinks and
having a little snacks.
Snacks. Yeah, it's going to be a really, really fun time.
Yes.
So, if you guys have more questions specifically around friendships or your own personal situation, we now have a anonymous form that you can fill out. You go to our Instagram, click on our little link, and you'll find the link for the form in there. And you just tell us your little story. You can put fake names, real names. We really don't care.
Or you can just message us on Instagram or comment on any of the posts or YouTube video. And
wherever you can get a hold of us, we will find it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we want to hear from you. So if you guys need some more advice on this, please let us know.
Okay, let's get into our self-care challenge and then some of the questions that they've submitted.
We love your questions. I can't wait to get into it.
What is your new challenge for next week?
So I have been feeling this deep urge to return back to my spirituality. I've stepped away from it for the last few years, and I am just like, I think this craziness that I'm feeling is because I am not connected to that side of myself again. So I have been on and off with the meditations. I'm very happy with that, but I need to be more consistent. And journaling, I've been very sporadic about my journaling. So my self-care challenge is 7 days a week of meditation and 5 days a week of journaling. And one of those ones, I have to pull my tarot cards.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I want to get back into my tarot.
That's
my
awesome.
Following the moon cycles and the planet cycles and all that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that for you because I know you're very into that, and I know you rely on that sort of stuff to keep you sane.
Yes,
in
I
a way.
do.
So, yeah, that'll be awesome
It
for
gives
you.
me a nice little warning when I'm like, oh, look, Mercury's going to go in retrograde. Okay, so now I know these next 2 weeks, my life might be crazy.
Yeah.
And it's not me. It's the planet.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Yeah, everything's fine.
all good. Okay, what is yours?
Mine is to be more disciplined. This is taking into account like just eating better, forcing myself to go to the gym. I've gone 3 times for the past 4 weeks. Sorry, I've gone 3 times a week for the past 4 weeks.
Nice. That's
So
pretty good.
I'm on like a nice schedule. So like that's okay, but I still have a hard time with like saying no to like food being offered to me because I'm using my Fitness Pal, right? So I'm counting my calories and I'm trying to be good with that. I'm trying to eat enough protein. One of the things was I went over to my cousin's last night to babysit, and she has always the best snacks. So it was so hard for me to not take that temptation, but I did it. I didn't even go through her cupboard. I didn't even look. And
Great job.
thank you. I was very proud of myself. But like other than that day yesterday, I'm terrible. Like with like snacking and all that shit. So I just want to be able to say no and like knowing what's good for me and sticking with that. Especially like with my stomach issues too, you know, like I just have to be careful and so
have some more self-control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. But like Thanksgiving's this weekend. This is coming out like weeks after, but
yeah. I can't wait for pumpkin pie.
No, I can't wait for everything. My family makes a broccoli cheese casserole and it is to die for, and I'm going to eat all of it. And so I already am mentally preparing myself and my stomach for what's about to come.
Are you ready? You too, but
yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on.
Good.
Okay. Questions of the week.
Questions. Sorry, we're not actually going to intimidate Alex Cooper every single time. It's just a new segment, so I had to. Sorry to your ears. Okay, let me pull up Instagram.
No, I have all the questions.
Oh, you have all of them?
Yes. We'll see if there's any new. No, there wasn't.
There wasn't any new ones.
Okay, question 1. What are your biggest fears or regrets? We can split that question up into fears and then regrets. Do you want me to tell you my fears?
Absolutely.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay, I was laying in bed thinking about this. One of my deepest fears is being unliked and talked shit about. Every time I'm around like a group of people, I have this like thought in the back of my mind being like, I don't want to say anything stupid or do anything stupid because I don't want them to think about it later. However, we go back to what I said earlier, and this is what I tried.
Doesn't matter.
Exactly. And I try to tell myself that, but laying in bed thinking about that question, that's one of the fears I have, and it's me being real, okay?
I think part of that fear is that you want to know, okay, there probably is someone out there that has bitched or complained or said something mean about me, but that fear is, I want to know what it is. How bad is it?
Yeah.
Is it tiny mean, or is it like mean? That's kind of what I think about that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just like, if I could be a fly on the wall with those people, I would want to know, are they talking about me, and what are they talking about? But then you just got to like shake that shit off and be like, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, because their opinion of me is none of my business.
I know that, but I hate that saying.
Yes.
Because they're talking about me like it is my business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I get that.
So that it's so hard, but we're working on it.
We're working on it. My biggest fear or biggest regret. Okay, here's a regret. from the ages of 18 to 27. All the life choices I've made. There's a lot of things in that time frame of my life that I've looked back on and been like, oh, if I could have changed that, oh, I would. Oh, if I could have gone down that path and not that other path, I most definitely would have.
But
I have forgiven myself. I have just processed that that is the life that I lived. Those are the choices that I made with the knowledge that I had at that time, with the skills, with everything that I had in my hand. That is the only road that I saw in that moment. And I thought that that road was the best road to take. Looking back, I wish I could change a lot of things.
But
So
do you ever think like that's what made me who I am today, and all of that was worth it because
100%.
of where I ended up, kind of thing?
100%.
Okay.
I really don't
Yeah.
think I would be this like intuitive, kind person that I am today with the friends that I have and the life that I live. I don't think I would be that person if I didn't go through all the shit and the hardness of my life. But I will say, if I was to pinpoint like one singular regret, it would be not going to university after high school.
Oh, that's one of mine is like along those lines, but going into the degree I did.
Like, I know we put pressure on these high school kids to be like, figure out what your career is for the rest of your life right out of high school. I do think that taking 1, maybe 2 years to get some work experience, read some books, get some life experience, figure out what the fuck it is that
I
you
totally
even like.
agree. I wish I wouldn't have gone into university right out of high school. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my regret.
Yeah. No, I had that written down too, just like with my degree. I can't regret it fully because I've learned so much, and again, it's just what made me who I am today. But I just wish I would have went into like engineering or like even business, like anything else. Like I feel like I'm good with numbers and I like numbers, and I just
There's always time to go back.
It's true.
Always time to go back. But quick little thing on regret is I'm reading a book right now talking about regret, kind of, and basically what it says is like, literally, no matter what choice you make, A or B, at some point in your life you might feel a small amount of regret. Whether it's 1% or 99%, there's going to be some point that you will regret doing it or not doing it. So you kind of just have to learn how to sit in the bed that you made and be happy with the choices that you've made, and continue to trust yourself that going down the future path, you're going to continue to make good choices. Trust yourself.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, what else do we got for questions?
If you are in a bad mood, would you prefer someone cheering you up or being alone?
Okay, so recently I've been a little bitter in the evenings. Not very fun to be around, to be honest. And
poor Levi.
Oh, poor guy. He's hurting. In the moment, all I want to do is vent and have someone be like, yeah, I totally agree with you and I feel what you're feeling. But what I've learned is that when someone does that with me, it heightens me up to continue to stay in that mood.
So true.
When then they're like, okay, we've had the conversation. You've got to vent. Okay, time to move on. I refuse to move on.
That's me too.
But then when they come to me and they're like, okay, you're being a little bitchy now. It's time to tone it down. Off. Then it just turns up even more. And it's just like, all I need to do is I need to have some time alone. But again, when you're in that sour mood, it's so hard.
I'm so hard. No, exactly. Your answer is exactly me. Yeah. It's like, sometimes I need someone. Sometimes I want to be alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I got for that.
When's the last time you cried?
So I haven't cried in a long time, actually.
Really? Like, that's surprising.
I know. That's another reason why I want to dive into my spirituality again, because I think something keeps trying to come up, and that's why I'm feeling so frustrated with my life right now, and that's why I'm getting so like snippy and snarky, is that it's my mind and my body telling me that you have an unresolved emotion happening within you right now. And I am like trying to cry. Like when I feel the urge to cry, I'm like, okay, it's coming, let's go. And then it just stops. And then I get angry at myself because I can't cry. So that's a deep question. And I got to figure my shit out on that part.
Me, I'm like last night.
I get deeply emotional, but the type of cry where you walk away being like, oh, wow, I really needed that. I feel so much better.
Yeah. Okay, so last time I cried was probably a couple weeks ago after I read Meet Me at the Lake.
Yes.
And I was in my feels because my boyfriend was gone and I felt lonely and just like I love him so much and I just wished that he was there and whatever. So I cried. Last night there was some tears. I was watching Teen Mom.
Reunion? Like a new episode? Okay.
And there's this mom that put her child up for adoption when she was 16.
Caitlin?
Yeah, Caitlin.
Yeah.
So
Caitlin and Tyler.
They went to go visit her, and after, like, you didn't see her or anything, but like they just showed they interviewed them after and whatever, and they were just crying, and like Tyler, the husband, was, and the dad was bawling, and it was just so sad, and I felt so bad for them. And
that's a hard situation that they're in right now, because don't they have 2 kids now?
They have 3, and then the girl they put
and
up for adoption.
They're all biological.
Yes.
Which is the craziest part. And I think that's probably why they feel so much emotion, is like, if they could have gone back, they probably would have said, let's try to make this work. But they were 16
and they were in like an abusive home. Like,
oh yeah,
it was like
not
good for an infant in there.
Okay, what other questions do we have?
Last question. What's the last thing you lied to your mother about?
Oh,
yeah, that's a good question. I need to think about this. I really don't know, because I do try and be upfront with my mom.
Sometimes after I'm hanging out with my mom, I'm like, maybe I was a little too honest. Like, if I could take some of the information I shared back, maybe I would. Maybe I would. You talk about friends and stuff, like, yeah, have family be your friends and stuff, but there are some things that they just don't. You know, when I was young, I lied to my mom through my teeth about literally everything. I tried to get away with everything. Now I'm just like super honest and whatever. I wear my heart on my sleeve, but the types of lies I give her are just those little white lies that we would give any other people. Like, sorry, I'm late. I've had such a crazy day, when I was actually sitting on my phone scrolling.
Yeah.
Like that. I think that's the first thing, because I can't think of like a lie.
Yeah, I think I just tell her little white lies, and
yes,
I can't really think of anything specific. It's just the little tiny things.
Just the little things.
Yeah. So anyways,
we love our mamas.
We do. Well, anyways,
thanks for being here, guys, on our freaking 10th episode. We're halfway through this season.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. And I am so thankful for you guys who submitted your questions. We love
keep
having
doing that.
Little
it's so
conversation.
Fun. Yeah, exactly.
It feels like you guys are in the room here with us.
Yeah.
So it's really awesome.
Keep submitting those. Let's go.
Like, subscribe, comment, share, all the things. And we'll catch you guys next week.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.